Good afternoon. Happy Friday. This is Shawn Labelle of the Dekker Hewett Group. It was a negative week here for North American benchmarks, which did give back a little bit of the big gains that we've seen here so far in October and November. Major benchmarks were actually higher, more than 5% back-to-back months for only the 13th time in market history. We open up this week's Market Watch Weekly with an interesting table in there that just looks at historical times this has occurred. And interestingly, it's been higher every time looking out 12 months, and by a good deal. The S&P 500 has been up around 20% on average each time this has happened. So it's just an encouraging chart to open up this week's Market Watch Weekly, but we do dive into the ongoing conversation around central banks and the increase in interest rates. The U.S. Federal Reserve is on deck next Wednesday, which will be likely another 50 basis point rate hike there. We're going to see now the overnight rate go to around 4.25 to 4.50 in the United States. There's also an interesting chart in there that looks at the terminal rate. Again, this is something that we've been talking about in a lot of our recent editions here, and that is just the rate to which the central bank will go before they pause the interest rate hikes and eventually start going down. Well, the terminal rate right now is expected to be around 5%. So we hope to get a little bit more clarity around that following next week's commentary. There's also the CPI or inflation data that's out on Tuesday. So next week is going to be an interesting week in terms of market data and market volatility. It'll be one definitely to watch. We're also into the seasonal period right now where you do get the Santa Claus rally. So historically, this has been a good week, or a good month rather, for markets, but largely the direction to which is going to be based on next week's announcements. So one to watch for market participants. We'll end it there. Hope everyone enjoys the weekend, and we will talk to you again next week. Cheers. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. This is Shawn Labelle of the Dekker Hewett Group. It was a negative week here for North American benchmarks, which did give back a little bit of the big gains that we've seen here so far.